All right, now we're going to walk through the changes to the investing subject. We were able to add 2 appendices and 3 activities to the subject. Again, those activities are as time allows in the classroom to be able to walk through with the participants, whereas those appendices are for reference for them later on to be able to apply those lessons. So let's start with the Appendix A, which is the Financial Goals Worksheet. In the budgeting course, we do cover in more in depth the different types of financial goals. But we've added this appendix here because it is really important when you're talking about investing is to understand your time frame for your goals. And so this worksheet allows for them to walk through and list out their short, intermediate, and long-term financial goals. Appendix B is choosing an investment professional. This provides several different questions for someone who's interested in seeking out professional advice from a financial advisor. Then these questions can help them to choose somebody that's going to be qualified and help them to make the best decisions for their investments. Now the activities, the fun part. The first activity is the Lifeline activity. We've taught this previously, we just now have been able to bring it into the student guide. This is also the same activity that we use within Pathways, so you may have been familiar with it there. And the Lifeline activity is made up into 2 pages. The first page allows for the participants to draw lines along a lifeline on the different financial milestones that they want to meet, such as graduating from college or buying a house or getting married. And then on the second page, they actually categorize their different milestones they want to meet by the decade they want to do it in their 20s or 30s and so on. And what they see is kind of the trend here is that many of those milestones they want to meet in their 20s and 30s. But then when you compare, that's also when you're looking at their net worth, that's when they have the least amount of money. And so it's really important for them to be understanding that as they are looking as to how they want to reach these different goals. The next activity is pay off debt or invest in 401k. And this is a common question that people have to go through. And so in this scenario, it allows for the participants to walk through and actually do the math to figure out how much interest they would earn on a 401k that was matched by an employer versus instead not investing in the 401k and using that money to pay down their credit card. Now in this scenario, it just so happens to work out that the amount of interest that they make on the 401k ends up being exactly the same amount as it is for how much they save by paying off the credit card. So it's kind of a wash there. But then if we delve into it a little bit deeper and explore what does that actually mean and the difference for the balance sheet, the 401k ends up providing a greater increase in the balance sheet because of that employer match and the pre-tax dollars that are being put away. So really great activity to get them to start, walking through those questions that so many of us have to go through. The final new activity is the Rule of 72. The students have always loved the Rule of 72 example that's been in the student workbook. And so this activity allows it to go a little bit farther into it and walks through several different scenarios in seeing what that effect of the interest rate has on the number of years the investment's going to double and how much that compound interest is going to have an effect on it. So those are the activities and appendices for investing. Really, really great lesson. It's something the students always get very jazzed to start thinking about how much money that they make or can make and have fun.